Welcome to Contract Administrator Training, version 3.0, in effect as of May 2023. This session will review the requirements of being a contract administrator at Wayman Mary. Let's begin. Thank you for signing up to be a contract administrator at Wayman Mary. Your support of our contract maintenance process is integral to a successful relationship between the supplier and the university. Today's training will provide an overview of the following areas: contracting process, your responsibilities and limitations as a contract administrator, common assumptions regarding Wayman Mary contracts, transfer of responsibilities, and the contracts portal, how to locate your contract. Should you ever have any issues or questions, please reach out to the Supply Chain Services contact listed on your contract administrator letter or email at procure@wm.edu for assistance. Successful contract management covers the period from the beginning of a procurement until after a contract ends, commonly referred to as procurement from cradle to grave. Poor contract management may result in end-user frustration, thereby impacting contractor performance. Contract administrators are encouraged to maintain an effective line of communication within your department and with the contractor. Concerns or performance issues should be addressed in a timely manner. Supply Chain Services should be alerted to any such issues and is available to assist should you need guidance. A successful contract is measured by the effectiveness of the program that the contract supports. The contracting process has 4 phases. We will talk through each phase one at a time in the subsequent files. Phase 1 involves planning. The planning phase is critical to establishing an effective roadmap to a successful procurement, resolving issues such as determining what needs to be purchased, how it should be purchased, and evaluation criteria, to name a few. The contract administrator will develop specifications and/or scope of work for commodity services to be purchased. The contract manager and contract administrator will collaborate during this process in an effort to minimize risks. Also, the contract manager develops the method of procurement based on state regulations and internal procedures. The contract manager and the RFP committee create evaluation criteria for the respondents. The contract manager develops the solicitation documents that are posted or sent to potential suppliers. The second contracting process is associated with contract procurement and development. The contract manager is responsible for notifying contractors, also referred to as vendors or suppliers, of the contractual opportunity. The contract manager will receive bids, proposals, and will share with the contract administrator and/or committee. The contract manager awards the contract to contractor, and the contract manager finalizes contract provisions. Phase 3 is associated with contract administration. All final contracts that were publicly solicited are available through the public portal. The contract administrator monitors the contractor's progress toward meeting contractual requirements. The contract administrator notifies the contract manager of any proposed changes to the contract or any non-performance issues and provides documentation for Supply Chain Services files. The contract administrator or designee also verifies delivery of goods and services and approves invoices. Finally, the department coordinates payments through BuyWM, the Wayman Mary Procure-to-Pay system. Phase 4 reflects the contract renewal closeout. The contract administrator evaluates contractor performance through BuyWM. Notification goes to the contract administrator 180 days prior to the contract renewal date. The contract manager ensures that all renewal documents are available through the public portal. During contract closeout, the contract administrator ensures that all outstanding payments and final deliverables are reconciled and the contract is closed. Regarding responsibilities, as a contract administrator, it is your responsibility to read the entire contract to ensure that you are familiar with the terms and conditions as well as critical clauses. It is also important that you carefully read and sign the contract administrator letter. It's in your best interest to also identify all team members who will help you with your responsibilities. These could be people within and outside of your department, subject matter experts, and possibly contacts within the contractor's company. You must also ensure contractor compliance. This includes, but is not limited to, reporting the timely delivery of materials, meeting proper staffing delivery, such as escorting contractor staff through buildings or ensuring the contractor staff are properly badged for campus work, and ensuring timely payments. Contract administrators must approve invoices and/or requested corrections/revised invoices, ensuring accuracy. As you are already aware, we have moved to BuyWM, our contract management system. This procure-to-pay system will send out alerts to contract administrators to notify them of evaluations that will be needed. This typically occurs 6 months prior to the contract end date. It is very important that you complete these in a timely manner and return the email to ensure we have adequate time to renew contracts with your requests in mind. There are limitations to your role as a contract administrator. As a contract administrator, there are actions that you cannot perform. You cannot make changes to a contract. If there are additional agreements or terms and conditions, send those to Supply Chain Services, as this is the only delegated office approved to make changes to a contract on behalf of the university. A contract administrator cannot terminate a contract. If you are having a problem with your contractor, please alert Supply Chain Services to initiate the process. All contractor communications must be documented by the contract administrator. As issues arise, bring the responsible contract manager into the loop each time so that we can help resolve the issues and ultimately benefiting the university in the long run. If you wait to notify Supply Chain Services regarding the issues at the evaluation phase, we did not do our due diligence to allow them the opportunity to correct the issues, therefore decreasing our options. It is also strictly prohibited for a contract administrator to supervise a contractor's personnel. If this is requested, decline and contact your contract manager. Next, we will take a few moments to review contract language. Contracts are designed to reduce risk in your project or purchase by outlining specific performance expectations using verbs such as shall or must, should or may. Shall and must statements are mandatory performance measures by the contractor or Wayman Mary. Shall and must statements are used sparingly in a contract because failure to comply with a shall or must performance results in contract non-compliance. Underline and/or highlight shall and must performance expectations to emphasize the importance of those tasks. Should or may outline desired performance outcomes but are not required. When you are evaluating a contractor at the beginning of a renewal cycle, it is important that you consider not just the mandatory performance measures, but also if they provided any of the desired outcomes. Some points regarding deliverables. It's a good idea to put together a contract action plan. A contract action plan highlights important deliverables that lead to the success of the project. It assigns responsibilities to those deliverables, not just the contractor's responsibilities, but also Wayman Mary's responsibilities. It assigns actions to get those deliverables done and tracks the frequency of those actions needed. Deliverables are secured within a contract and cannot be changed. Supply Chain Services would need to modify the document. Quality outlines the expectation of the goods or services that are to be received. It is the detailed description of the goods and/or services that are needed. Quantity includes information such as the number of goods ordered, number of service hours, or number of licenses. These are a small example of the kinds of quantities that are secured in a contract. Contracts may also have clauses that allow for additional purchases in the future. Therefore, it is important to pay attention to not only the initial contract, but any attached clauses that allow for change or growth. Pricing is a deliverable that is easy to identify within a contract. If there is an invitation for bid, the pricing is usually on the bid form. For an RFP, the pricing is located on the pricing schedule. Price is not generally fixed in a multi-year contract. Usually there is an escalator-de-escalator language defining an allowance for increase-decrease located in the contract renewal clause under special terms and conditions. Place is more than the location for delivery or the location for invoice mailing. When thinking of where the goods are to be delivered, think about building restrictions. Do you need a swipe key or badge? Are the elevators large enough to accommodate the delivery? FOB destination is the only acceptable delivery term allowed. Time is very important within a contract, with the most basic elements being the contract term, how long the contract will last. Other examples could be delivery dates, deadlines for William & Mary actions or contractor actions, business hours or service support hours. It is important to note any times laid out in the contract and ensure that they work for all parties involved in the project. There are some common pitfalls in contract administration that may cause problems over the life of the contract. Some of the most common assumptions include that contractors know the procurement laws and policies for the Commonwealth of Virginia, that contractors will police themselves in their performance, that contractors will remember all contractual terms of your contract by heart. Keep in mind that you are one of many customers for a contractor. Therefore, it is your responsibility to ensure that the contractor is performing the duties outlined in the contract within the boundaries of Virginia's guidelines. If you are experiencing a problem with the contractor or believe there has been a breach of the terms and conditions, please contact Supply Chain Services Contract Manager immediately. If your responsibilities, department, or role changes, or you will no longer be a William & Mary employee, it is crucial that you notify Supply Chain Services. Once notified, Supply Chain Services will begin the transfer of responsibilities process to ensure that the current contract file is updated with the new information. Please provide all relevant documents such as invoices, receipts, and a copy of the contract to the newly designated contract administrator or your supervisor. Your name will continue to appear as the contract administrator in BIWM until this change process occurs. As mentioned throughout this review, William & Mary's contract management system called BIWM was launched in 2021. This portal allows end users and anyone who accesses it to see contracts in any given time for any given place. The Supply Chain Services staff makes all changes to the system. If you see something that needs to be updated regarding your contract, please reach out to Supply Chain Services at procure@wm.edu or contact your contract manager. This homepage in BIWM allows for a contract search. You can use the quick links in the box below to navigate the search screen. You can manually search by clicking Advanced Contract Search in the Quick Links box or by utilizing the Contract Search at the bottom of the page. View our pre-made saved searches to search by basic commodities by clicking View Saved Searches and choosing a saved search from the list. Search for a contract by supplier name by clicking Search Contract Parties. Search contract attachments for keywords by clicking Search Contract Attachments. This list in BIWM reflects active contracts for special events rentals when that commodity is loaded into the contract search field. As mentioned earlier, a supplier, commodity, or contract number can be loaded into this field. Once you select the contract number, you will get a contract format with all of the details. From here, you can see the contractor name, contract type, contract number that you can reference on your requisitions in the contract field. Also, immediately visible are start and renewal dates. You also have the attachments that document the contract award, pricing, and all renewals if applicable. Attachments appear below the custom questions field. User instructions can be found at the link referenced. And on to our final slide. Should you have any questions at any time, please do not hesitate to reach out directly to your contract manager. The link for contacting Supply Chain Services is referenced below. Our staff directory link is also provided. Thank you again for your services and support of contract administration.